Hey, this is Matt. Once again, what about the videos? Another paid request. This is for Wednesday, episode 1 of the show Wednesday. And for those interested, requesting any type of videos, topics, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, pretty much whatever, I'll try to get to as soon as I can. And you can send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, this is for, like I said, the show, which I didn't really have any hopes for it. I mean, it stars Jenna Ortega. I mean, this is a person that pretty much anything else I've seen her in, whether it be the new Scream film, I thought she was awful. I thought she was terrible. I thought she was just very poor in her acting. But I guess in a way, she's found the best role for her to play. She's so wooden that when she plays deadpan like Wednesday, she's actually a good fit. So, go figure. You give her a good fit, she's actually not too bad. So she's not too bad. But again, that's because she's a very wooden actor in general. And it is a show I did on Netflix that, I forget how many episodes it has. And at least the first episode was directed by Tim Burton. Which I guess is natural. Tim Burton, Addams Family. I just say this was much better than The Munsters by Rob Zombie. Granted, it's only the first episode, but pretty much Pugsley, her brother, is a whippy fatty who's being picked on and thrown into lockers. So Wednesday wants revenge on the jock, so she dumps some piranha into the pool. A little bit of violent with that. And so after that, she's sent to this Nevermore Academy, where she's supposed to go there, and there's all these other, I guess, like vampires and werewolves and other sorts of stuff. Sirens. Although, in the first episode, you don't see much of the vampire doing stuff, and werewolves, the most you see is her roommate sprouting off some claws, but not like a full werewolf gear. I don't know if that happens during the show or whatnot. I thought the show, at least the first episode, had some bits of funny dialogue from her describing the schools as hundreds of adolescents in underfunded schools, but I admire the sadism. Interesting, they have Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia, Luis Guzman as Gomez. I mean, I know people complain that, oh, it's a race swap. I mean, you look back with Gomez Adams, I mean, it's not like they were clean-cut, white-bread Kentuckians or something. I mean, so I don't really see the issue with it here. And, I mean, Raul Julia. Do people forget who Raul Julia? So people complain about that. I think that's ridiculous. Christina Ricci, who is Wednesday in the Addams Family movies, she comes back. She's not in a whole lot of the first episode, but I'm guessing she appears more and more throughout. She appears as sort of the dorm mom that's going on. And I would say, like, surprisingly enough, Jenna Ortega's performance was actually a drawing point throughout the show. Because while I think Christina Ricci will always be the best Wednesday, I thought Jenna Ortega didn't do that bad of a job. She really didn't. Now, the cinematography is very much that Tim Burton of now, where it's very filtered, and this is very much that bleak, blasé look of, imagine taking the whole screen and turn it to dim. I kind of wish there was maybe a bit more creativity with the cinematography instead of just that. I don't know how, but I wish there was a bit more to it than that. Maybe because I've seen that so much in recent Tim Burton films, it just, I don't know, seems a bit old hat. but again, some of her dialogue and her snipes are kind of funny. Like when she makes fun of her roommates online, like paper. She goes, "I've read serial killer diaries with better punctuation." Or never bring a knife to a sword fight unless it's concealed. And it still has that sort of dark, morbid humor that Addams Family is associated with. Yeah, you see elements that seem a little bit more like a CW show. As you see these characters, there's the normal kid at the coffee shop that maybe there'll be a romance between them. There's the one guy who's going out with the popular siren lady, but he likes Wednesday, but it seems like Wednesday won't be available. You have the bitchy siren lady who is Queen Bee with a capital bitch, and her and Wednesday get into a fencing match. Surprisingly, this is spoilers now, spoilers. Surprisingly, Wednesday loses, so she's not a Mary Sue type of character. I appreciate that. I will say, in a weird way, it does keep me interested to see where the mystery is going, because you have a character that just killed early on. At one point, near the end, super spoilers, this guy named Rowan is trying to kill her, saying that my mom long ago warned about someone like you. But then he gets killed by this creature, and the creature, the face looks like someone from Beetlejuice. Remember when Beetlejuice had this, speaking of Tim Burton, the snake-like thing, but then you had the head with the wide eyes? The head of that snake version of Beetlejuice. The head and the wide eyes kind of look like that with this creature. Only CGI. Which I wish it wasn't CGI. I wish they really tried to go as much practical as possible. But I guess that's asking for too much today. But again, I liked the way it began. I thought the piranha stuff was surprisingly morbid, but made sense with Addams Family, and these jocks deserve it. Didn't care for Pugsley being such a bitch. I mean, is it like, oh, because he's a male, because he's such a bitch? I mean, is it one of those where there's no good males in this show? I mean, Luis Guzman's barely in it as Gomez. It's more about Morticia talking to Wednesday. I guess there's a guy at the coffee shop who's not too bad. I guess the other guy, what was his name? There's a guy at the coffee shop named Tyler. And then there's another guy that I think he makes his art come to life. I forget his name. He used to be boyfriend to the Queen Bee siren. Oh, that's another. People said this show is racist. That's really stupid. Oh well, the woman who's bitchy she's black. So does every bad character have to be white? They can't be any other color of the rainbow? Like, come on, man. If you don't want to give criticisms, give legit criticisms. Not pull shit out of your ass. So, based on the first episode, no, I don't think it's woke or anything. I think that's really just grasping at straws. I mean, if it was the case, then no, they would not make the Queen Bee siren black. They wouldn't do all this other stuff. So no, I don't think it's woke. And it's not as annoying so far as typical CW shows. I don't mind the person who plays her roommate because she wants to hug Wednesday but realizes she doesn't want to hug. She's a werewolf, but all she can do is these claws. And she could potentially be an interesting character. Like I said, it does give a little bit of interest, of mystery, because Wednesday wants to leave, but then all this stuff's going on where someone tries to drop a stone gargoyle on her head. Someone tries to kill her, but then this creature comes in and saves her. And why did that creature save her? And why did the creature not go for her? I wish the creature was more practical. Like I said, I do wish the cinematography was a bit more creative and not just this very diluted color scheme. I would say I prefer the look of the 90s Addams Family films, and like the way those films looked. I prefer. I kind of wish that look, photography wise, was incorporated into this. But like I said, the story's interesting with how this academy with all these eclectic type of characters will interact with Wednesday. It does keep me interested. It went at a fast enough pace that it was never boring. It didn't feel like it stopped too long to go at too slow of a pace and dragging its own feet. And I did think Jenna Ortega, like, if you have a very limited actress or actor, they're very limited, but you put them in the right fit. If it's the right fit, it's the right fit. For Jenna Ortega, it was the right fit. So again, because she's usually such a wooden actress, you put her in a deadpan, emotionless role, she actually fits like a glove. So she's actually one of the best things of the show. To give credit where credit's due, to be fair when it's fair. I mean, and it has some funny lines. You're in black and white like a living Instagram filter. I thought that was kind of a funny line. Oh, you also have appearance of Thing, who's going to be joining her during this stuff. They show at the end what's coming in the future, all the snippets, and I can see that Uncle Fester will be in here at some point, among other characters. It's nice to see Christina Ricci on the show. I'm guessing she'll be utilized more throughout it. And overall, yeah, it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad, which is funny because there's a guy I know, a good guy, Uncle Bill, at Dead Pit Radio. He mentioned the show, and he's like, wasn't that bad. And based on the first episode, I agree, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's definitely the better Tim Burton thing I've seen in a long time. Because I did not like Dark Shadows at all. I did not like Alice in Wonderland, or the sequel. What the else has he done? Dumbo was dumbass dull shit. Dumbass bullshit. So yeah, Wednesday, at least the first episode, wasn't that bad. I mean, like I said, it's much more... it's much more witty than the Munsters movie with Rob Zombie directing. And that episode looked more expensive than the fucking movie The Munsters. And it also is essential that they got the right casting for Wednesday. That really helps a lot. Again, with some decent writing and good set of a pacing where the episode didn't feel like it was overlong or felt like it took forever. Again, I kind of like Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. I thought that was a neat casting choice. Again, Luis Guzman as Gomez. That was an interesting choices. The music is actually by Danny Elfman, and it fits the mood of it. So, overall, not too bad. Not too shabby. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later.